Hey, what's up, Fast? Got my notebook out. I'm ready, Professor. What's up, dude? Happy Saturday. Oh, dang it. I just realized I left my iPad in the other room. I gotta go grab it. Be right back. Hey, Oni, what's up, dude? Hey, my OBS is acting weird. Let me know if y'all hear the background music. Ten four. Good. 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 Something dark side. Something complete. Keck, what's up, my brother? Uh-oh, I am hearing feedback from somewhere. Ah, there we go. Right. Awesome. By the way, I hope anybody who caught yesterday's impromptu stream enjoyed it. That was a screw up of mega proportions on my side. I got to turn the camera on. Yeah, it's the meme from crap, what is it? The Family Guy Star Wars. Dante, what's up, man? If it's morning for you, it's gotta be. When is it? It's gotta be Sunday for you. So happy Sunday. All right, now bear with me one sec. Let me fix something real quick. Let's see. Up with my audio. Audio being a turd. Let's see if we can unturdify it. I think OBS has lost its damn mind. That's what I think is happening. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. I think tonight, I didn't really have anything planned, but I've been wanting to do a little bit more stuff with LangChain that we could mess around with. So I thought that would be something fun we could start doing. I have a pretty decent understanding of it. Obviously, I need to understand a little bit more. Oh, it's 6 in the afternoon. Oh, okay. I'll say, damn, man, you're in the far side of the earth. Let's see. Up here. Here's my monitor. I know it's in here somewhere. There we go. Not coming through. Hell. Let's see. I don't know why this is not working. There it is. Good. Alright, finally, audio issues are fixed. What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday! Cracking open the orange Jocko. Man, it's gonna get cool tonight in Dallas. It's going down to like 20 degrees. Which I know for some of you northern folks, it's like, oh, you sweet summer child. That's cold for us. Alright? That's damn cold for us. West Coast for night. I just got teaching my wife that this what the South was. What's funny is, you know, you don't even really consider Texas. It is kind of in the South, but it's still like really its own thing. The South really is like Louisiana to Florida up to like the Carolinas, right? That's really the South. Texas is technically right there. I guess you could say it's South adjacent. But excited to pull up a map for the wife to understand. Dude, you do need a map. The United States is freaking huge, man. Texas alone is the size of Germany. So when everybody's like, how do you not know where all 50 states are? It's like, because my one state's the size of your entire country. That's why. Yeah, Oni, make sure your faucets are dripping tonight. Because that way, so what happens, a lot of people don't realize this. Fun physics lesson of the day. Hang on, let me pull the iPad up real quick. Go. Yep, everything has been in chaos too. It's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Alright. What's up? Alright. So a lot of people don't realize this, right? So what happens whenever things freeze, and the reason why they say to keep your faucet dripping is what happens is the pipes are coming from, we'll just say the example of like a water tower, right? Those pipes come over to your house. And then once they're in your house, what happens is you have that pipe running up into your faucet, right? We'll do the faucet here. So the pipe's coming like this. So think about what happens here. So let's say you get the water and it freezes, right? Right here. A lot of people think that your pipes burst whenever it freezes, but that's not the case. So let's say you've got the faucet closed over here. It's all closed up. So what happens is whenever this, you got to remember the ice kind of expands a bit whenever it freezes right here. So if you've got water over here and you got water over here, whenever the ice begins to melt, it starts actually increasing the pressure in here. And it's really the melt that causes the pipes to bust. So you keep your faucet dripping, and then that pressure has a place to go. It can either shift this entire little ice block over, the water can come out here. That's why you keep it dripping. So it's got a place to relieve that pressure. Also, it's going to help the pipes from freezing in the first place. I'd explain different regions in her. I had to explain like different regions in her country. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm not used to checking my tire pressure in the car so often. Yeah, with the temperature changes, it gets kind of crazy here in Texas. Let's see. So I want to do a little bit of LangChaininess, but I think we're gonna have to set up an environment first. So let me get Royal up and going. We'll see if we can go add ourselves a Debian box, just a very basic one, over to the dev environment, and then we'll use that instead of trying to fight Kali. Dude, sometimes I gotta check my tire pressure like every couple days in here. Ah, shit. What was the password for this? Yeah, there we go. I remembered it. So tonight, I think we're going to mess around with a little bit of LangChain in here, because I had some ideas on a couple things I wanted to do. And let's go take a look at some stuff. Let me pull up the home lab here. Go pull up our Ludus session and our Proxmox session. We had to, because you gotta remember, you came from a place that was basically at sea level, so you didn't have to deal with the atmospheric changes, and the temperature was fairly stable. All right, let's see. What do we have in the dev lab here? Almost never had to deal with tire pressure. Yeah. Actually, you know what? The dev lab may not be the best place to do this. I'm trying to think. Actually, what we might do is... let's think about this for a bit. So what I wanted to do is, I have been wanting to make something in LangChain to kind of understand pen testing data. Or like at least understand that it needed to launch something. So maybe we'll pull up a hack the box here. Because here's what I'm thinking. So here in our attack lab, right? This is our attack lab. So we're going to have Kali running. And we actually probably could do this over in Kali. That would probably be fine. And we're also going to have our Windows box. And then we have our hack the box over here. So I guess in our Kali, in the attack lab, we could do this. Because what we're going to have is we're going to have our WPN, not our VPN connection, over to the hack the box target over here. So we could go get a very basic one. So really, I think the first thing we want to do is let's go find like a real simple, like absolutely stupidly easy hack the box. We'll spin that up. And then what we'll start doing is we'll start deving this on Kali. And actually, I didn't want to initially, but I think one of the things that's going to make it really easy is if we dev this over on Kali, we have access to the entire Kali toolkit in there that we can then use with a bunch of the LangChain stuff. So I think that would be something we could do. Yeah, so let's start off with that. Let's go find this, because I still want to keep messing with some of the... Oh no, did Synthlang go down? No, it's still up. Okay. Minimize that. Close this. We also could do some more challenges on here, but I think I want to do some hack the box. Sign in. All right, so let's go to our the labs. That's what we want. Hack the box labs. All right, cool. So what we want to do is, so we need to find a box in hack the box that is like really simple. Something that we could just basically hack through the command line. We don't have to like browse to certain sites. We don't have to find stuff in here. So let's go see what we can find with that. That's actually kind of hilarious. There's a retired Sherlock box called Unit 42 that's marked as very easy. Unit 42 and easy don't typically go in the same sentence. All right, let's do... I tell you, let's just go browse the retired machines. Let's see. What do they have for starting point? Let's see if we can find something. Meow, very easy. Actually, maybe we could start with this one. Let's look at the write-up for it real fast. Official write-up. Let's see here. Zoom in. All right, so this is doing it through your pwn box, so we can connect to that. Let's see, we don't care about that part. I just want to know what the walkthrough is for the actual system in here. All right, so we have our clipboard. We did a ping of the target. And we do an introduction. They talk about enumeration here. Get our VPN. Well, if we're doing our VPN. So we ping the target IP. Then we do an in-map of it. We see that the only thing open is telnet. And we want to get a foothold. Okay. Yeah, actually, we might just be able to use this in here. connect using OpenVPN, which I think we already have our VPN stuff in here. I think we have the VIP server. We download that real quick. Let's go spin up the hack the bot. Let's come back over here. Where is it? I gotta turn on all these machines. Start. We'll leave the Windows box off for now. We don't need it. We'll let those boot up real quick. I gotta go change my VPN. There we go. Alright, so Callie should be up here in just a second. See if this comes up here. This box might be having the same issue where it probably went into an init RAM instead of connecting actually to... Yep, sure did. Fingers. There we go. Now it's booted. All right. Give that just a second. We'll have the attack box up. Now let's go try this. Well, in theory, it should work. Let's see. Yeah, I see that. All right, so let's make a new session here. We will switch over to, I think it's Hackbox. There we go. All right, CD, and let's do a Ludus range list. Let's see what the lab says we've got up. So let's see, we should be connected to 10.5.10.10. Make sure that's the correct IP. That's weird. For some reason it's 99. 10.5.10.10. There we go. All right, cool. So we're in Hack the Box, and then let's we have to adjust our chasm one. So let's change that real quick. So 10.5.10.10. And we'll make sure that connects also. All right, cool. We got our nice, pretty. Great. Let's get all nice and pretty here, and we'll load us up a team-up session. By the way, so this little banner in here gets really annoying. So you touch that file, all it does is make it this hush login hidden file, and it doesn't show the banner. Cool. So then let's look at something. Should have our open VPN, I think. Nope, I guess we're gonna have to just connect. So let's go get that set up. There we go. Copy that over. There we go. So there's our starting point open VPN. So just need to do right here. So let's go back here. Let's we'll sudo open VPN, and what is this called? This is like a starting point. Cool. So now if we do something like an ifconfig, sudo install nettools. Let's go ahead and get that set up because I prefer to use it. so now if we do ifconfig, cool. So we see our tunnel 0 in here. We could have done this with the IP address command and seen it in here, but I'm just so used to typing ifconfig. I'm going to keep running into that damn error. So I thought, okay, we'll just go ahead and install it real quick. Cool. So now we are connected. Let's do a check real fast here. Oh, we didn't spawn the machine. We need to do that. All right, so while that's going, so I'm going to do the package management for this, probably through Poetry. Let's see, Poetry install Linux. Make sure I know how to install. Oh, that's right, we can do it through pipex. We could also do it with an official installer. Let's go ahead and do it through pipex. So what we'll do next is Pipera? Yeah, that's how I'm gonna say that. What's up, man? Thanks for coming online. All right, so let's do sudo apt install. I think it's just pipex. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get some. Here. I probably actually need to apt update first. Oh, and this damn thing's trying to go to Halifax. Son of a bitch. I forgot that this machine. I want to change this in like the base Kali template because God, is it annoying. I don't know why it is demanding to update the packages through freaking Germany. Thankfully, my internet connection is back up. So it turns out that there was a fiber relay that got BTFO'd in my neighborhood. That's what was causing the dial-up speeds a couple of weeks ago. Let's go change that real quick. Do sudo vim etsy apt. I think it's sources. All right. So let's do this. Let me yank that, and we'll save a copy of it. I think it should just be. I think it's http.kali.org. I think that's it. Sudo apt. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Because Texas is like Germany. Damn it, Ken. Those crafty Germans. Getting me. Yeah, because even though, look at the speed difference, it's about almost double to 3 times in here. Oh god, what just happened? Alright, there we go. The stream management dashboard just went absolutely apeshit on me. Alright, so now do we have pipex going? Let's see. Install pipex. There we go. Let's get this going. Texas is like Germany. There actually are a lot of Germans in Texas, so a lot of German settlers did come to Texas, and so you got places like Schlitterbahn, you've got a lot of kolache places and things like that. Gosh, what was the name of that town? There's one town that we always pass through when we're going to South Texas for the various ATV races. All right, cool. So now we should just be able to do pipex install poetry. Let's get that going. Pipex install poetry. We'll get this nice and going. Yeah, what's the name of that place? There's a whole bunch. And of course, now that I'm trying to remember, I'm drawing a complete blank on them. Let's see. Is Oklahoma like Denmark? No, Oklahoma is like Soviet Russia. Everything appears nice, but it's over a thin veneer of turd. Thick German accent. It looks like countryside American. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so home bin calendar. So we need to make a minor modification here. We need to go modify this. So let's copy that, and then yeah. It's so after the last race we went to in Oklahoma, I messaged all my friends, and I told my friends that are in Oklahoma, and I told them it's like, hey guys, I know I really give Oklahoma a lot of shit, and I just want you to know we just got done with a race here, and after this experience, I realized that everything I've said was entirely too low key. I'm gonna redouble my efforts to make sure I completely explain how crappy Oklahoma is, because it was an absolute Charlie Foxtrot of a race. Oh, it was so bad. Let's see. So since we're using ZSH, we gotta edit our ZSH RC here. So then what we're going to do is we're going to, and below this, let's do export path. It's going to equal dollar path, and then we're going to append that string there. There we go. Actually, I need to modify that. That's not going to work if I do single quotes. There we go. And then let's source the ZSH RC, and then now we should have poetry. Bam. And if we want to check which where that binary is and make sure it's in the right spot, what we do here is we just run the which command. So which poetry, and we see that that's in that new path that we just added to the path. Or that it's in that path that we just added to our path file. So got that in here. So let's make a new directory here, and we'll just get started with the poetry project. We'll get some LangChain stuff going. What am I gonna call this? My wife is used to tropical weather like Florida, not dry and hot like Texas. Yeah, right. I'm used to weather like Dubai. Dude, this was my jam. So when I lived in Louisiana, it was so freaking hot and humid, and it wasn't even like it was more hot. It was just like triple the humidity. Like, I swear they have over 100% humidity in Louisiana. And that's where my dad grew up. I have a lot of family in Louisiana. I asked him, I was like, Dad, how the hell did you survive here growing up? He's like, we just sweated a lot. And we didn't even have air conditioning. Oh, instead of alligators, my wife's country's full of monitor lizards. Yeah, I've heard that I don't know much about the monitors, except that I know that they're supposed to be pretty massive, right? They get to be pretty big. Like, not quite Komodo size, but pretty up there. Komodo dragons are no joke. They'll fuck you up. What do we call this? Let's call this Hack the Bot. Yeah, we're gonna call this Hack the Bot. That's what this is gonna be. Oh, they are huge like the Komodo dragon? Oh, dang. I didn't think they got that big. Dang. Nuts, man. Alright, I gotta remember how we get started with. So, we could do new. I think we can also do poetry and knit here to get started with this. Let's see. Create a basic in the current directory. There we go. So we'll do poetry init. Package name, Hack the Bot. Version 010. That works good. Bot for Hack the Box. Author, Blaze Bits. License, to kill. Compatible Python version, 3.1.12. Yes. Would you like to define dependencies interactively? No, because that's a bitch. Nope. Confirm. All right, there we go. The license is to kill. Bot 007. Hey, Deb, how are you doing, hon? My main mama. There's a Thai gecko that sounds like a bird. That's crazy. Alright, let's do something else here. Let me see. PyCharm, Linux, and Star. Because I really do like using PyCharm. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. Quick start. Where's the download? That's not what I want. Ah, here we go. Linux. Let's see. Requires Fuse to run. Okay, so we'll need to go install Fuse DOS. First, you thought it was a toucan. So let's see. Well, if we don't have these, we'll just go get them. All right, we need to actually go find the installer. Let's go see. Let's see. PyCharm. Download PyCharm. No, I don't want the Windows version. I need Linux version. I changed that. Okay. No, I think I already actually had that downloaded. That's fine. Because what we can do is just copy it. Connect to it. PyCharm, there we are. Bring that over here. Good, so that is copying over. Perfect. So then once that is here, awesome. So then we've got our kiddo PyCharm Rocher. I think we just need to untar it. So let's see. It's a gzip file, so we'll let's see. ZXBF PyCharm. I never thought a lizard could sound like that. Dude, I didn't think so. I always just thought of lizards as being like little hissy things. And Deb, I'm very happy to hear you're doing good. Hey, mama. There you go. I can't really do the heart. I try. Let's see. Okay, so CD over into the build and then run the toolbox. All right. What do we? How do we install this? Unpack it. Start the application. PyCharm. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I remember this now. Their instructions are a bit different here. I think, what does it say? Bin PyCharm? So unpack the PyCharm archive, download where you wish to install the program. It'll refer to this location. Installation home. Go to installation home bin, type PyCharm. Oh, okay. That's right. So CD to bin. Then we have our PyCharm message, so let's just run that. Actually, let me do this a little bit differently. Let's do, actually, shit, no, I wanted to go back. There we go. By the way, if you didn't know this, if you accidentally CD to another directory and you wanted to go back, if you do a CD with a dash right there, it will take you back to where you just were. It's like hitting the back button. Let me grab this. Present working directory. Copy that. And what I want to do is I want to bin the ZSHRC again. Except I got to go back to home. And then what we'll do is we'll add an alias right here. So we'll make a new alias command. We'll call it PyCharm. And that is going to equal. And it's going to be pycharm.sh. So we'll set this up real fast.
and then we'll resource this. So now we should just have a PyCharm command we can run. There we go. All right, so let me do something real quick. Let's do confirm, send statistics. Wonder why it always wants me to do like a 30-day free trial. I'm like, hey, don't you just... There is a free tier for PyCharm. That's what I don't get. All right, let's rename this window right here. We're going to call this VPN. Except I can't type, and I called it VIPM. And then we'll rename this one. Same thing, we're going to call this PyCharm. And then, so session 2 is where we're going to do all of our work. So let's cd back to hack the bot. And I'm just going to touch main.py. And give it a little touch there. Boop. Actually, I just realized there's a fault with this. So we do need the alias. Back to activation. 30-day free trial. Why not? If the license actually isn't too much, I'll probably just go buy a license for PyCharm because I have been liking it quite a bit. But I just realized there's a little bit of a fault with this, and that is when there's a flow here. The one thing that I don't like about Poetry is there's not a .env library for it, like a load.env. So, for example, if we're using something like pipenv, pip-env, I cannot type for crap today. Pip-env. If we're using this, then every time we can specify where the object is, and we could just install. I think the package is called .env. However, the .env package isn't compatible with Poetry the way it handles package management. And then, because what this does is it gives us a, I think it's load underscore, I think it's .env. I think that's the function. And so if we have a file in here just called .env, we can put all of our environment variables in there, like our API keys and stuff. And then every time we execute the script, we tell it load the .env, and it loads it and it runs it. Cool. The one gripe I have about Poetry is that Poetry does not have a .env environment. So what we have to do is, if we want to load this, we can still create our .env in here. But to get this to load into our process, what we have to do is we need to actually make sure it's executing in that context. Well, what's going to be executing in that context? And that is PyCharm, right? So how do we get that context into PyCharm? Well, Poetry has a shell command that we can use. The Poetry shell command will load the .env. So once that .env is loaded, then we load PyCharm, and then inside PyCharm, every time it executes Python, it's inheriting those environment variables down. So this is the way we kind of have to do this with Poetry. I was looking at the news, man, and come on, Meta is hiring people who memorize coding problems. I mean, I never liked Meta, and the only brand name, they only have brand name, but worst place. Google and Apple is still good practice, though. Dude, yeah, so hey, I'm sure you guys have seen this, but like Google was notorious for their interviewing practices and how they interviewed people. Well, they had like really extensive and like non-linear thinking problems and all these like creative problem solving interview questions. And what they eventually found out was that those didn't work as well as a subject matter expert interviewing somebody for the position. So they tried to make a generalized hiring process, and the results were still not as good as just someone who knows what the hell they're doing interviewing people. That's essentially what they found out. There were maybe one or two other caveats to that, but I just thought that was hilarious. They're trying so hard to create this really convoluted hiring system and having like zero success with it. I don't like any of the FANG companies. Yeah. Actually, I was talking to a cat who's at Google. He's a security guy and super smart, especially around like containerized systems like Docker and Kubernetes. That's his jam. So we had a really good conversation about that. Give me 1 second. I thought. I think my wife's having to contain AP. I think the sock is having to contain APT right now. Let's see. All right. So let's go ahead and do one other thing here. We're going to touch .env here. I think Google problems are hard, which make the person who tries to solve real world problems not like meta asking the same coding questions disclose like the top 100 meta questions. Oh yeah. So believe it or not, that became that. I mean, that's a problem for like every organized test taking thing. But yeah, that's kind of crazy that that's how they were doing their interviews. Like, hey, we have a test question bank, and this is what we're gonna do with people. Oh, dude, there is a lot to Kubernetes, and it was really interesting hearing his experience with it because he views Kubernetes as kind of vulnerable by design, the way I view Active Directory. So he's not a big Windows Active Directory fan. He knows it. He doesn't really like it though. He really likes messing with Kubernetes. So as we were talking, yeah, we were talking about like the different parallels in it, and I have done some Kubernetes compromises before. It was a lot of fun. Almost like you have to be a cube engineer. Yeah, pretty much, because Kubernetes is so involved. It's the same like you wouldn't hire like a general engineer to go manage your Active Directory. You'd go get like a Windows administrator to do that. The same way you wouldn't hire like just any generalized engineer to manage your Kubernetes environment. That way, there would be dragons that way. It's a bad idea. Let's see. All right, so what else do we need? We need to run PyCharm. That's what we need to do. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Let me resource, because this shell was initialized before we made changes to the ZSH. So PyCharm. So now PyCharm will be actively in here, and I need to double check something. I think I may have forgotten a step in here. Let's see. Poetry load.env. Let's see. Plug it to automatically load environment variables from .env file. I don't know if we actually need to install that though. Let's see. There's a poetry plugin that automatically loads it. How do we install this? That's right. This is the one we need to do this. So whenever we run the poetry shell, we'll see this on. Let me copy this. So what we're going to need to do is... Actually, shit. I just realized something. Control-C out of that. Kill that. We actually need to come back over to session 1 here. CD to hack the bot. And then we do... let's do the install real quick. So we're going to install to Poetry itself a .env plugin. Damn it. Get that going. I had an interview for Kubernetes for Google since I'm a kernel engineer, and I had a really good talk with the Linux internal guys. The interview is so open, I believe this way interviews should be with coding problems aligned to domain problems. Hey guys, hang on one second. Hey guys, give me 1 minute. I need to go help the sock contain APT real fast. I'll be right back. find him back. It was a quick containment. Yes, by the way, for anybody who's new, so Sock is my wife, the supportive, organized caregiver, and APT is my currently youngest son. There's a new one on the way, so I don't have a code name for that one yet because I got to figure out what the baby's personality is going to be like. But yeah, APT is my youngest son, and he's the aggressively persistent toddler. And since my oldest son was the first in the array, the 0 element, he's Agent 0. Franklin, what's up, my brother? Yes, I hadn't seen you in a while, man. Hope you've been doing good. Hope you've been doing fantastic. All right, so we got our .env loaded up. All right, so we're gonna need to add a couple of libraries here. Let's do this. Let's do something. LangChain example programs. Look at some of the examples they've got for LangChain here. My oldest, the APT now because he's a teenager. Advanced persistent teen. Oh, nice! You're doing your OSCP. Are you done with it now? Did you kill that thing? I hope you killed it with prejudice. Hope you put that sucker in a headlock and just be like, nuggies! And if you know what nuggies are, you're probably old like me. Aw, man, the example section's under construction. Oh, this was the early LangChain documentation. Let's go to the latest version. Let's see. Let's see. Version 03. Oh, okay, so you haven't sat for the exam yet. Okay, cool. Dude, so I'll tell you, Franklin, my number one tip for going through the OSCP exam is I took it twice, right? The first time I went through it, I was just running through it, scanning anything and everything and all the things. And I did decently well on it. I missed gathering some artifacts, like some screenshots of certain things. And I was like at a razor's edge of passing. I didn't pass the first time I went through. I went through the second time. And I did much less scanning, but much more purposeful scanning. So, for example, I didn't do like an in-map across the entire network for the top 10,000 or all 65,000 ports, right? Instead, I went and looked at like the top 10 ports. I found out what hosts were live. Something else I did is I took the example, an example report template. I put that into OneNote, specifically into OneNote. The reason is because the report template was going to be done in Microsoft Word. It's very simple to move data between Word and OneNote. So I had the entire report kind of templated out in OneNote, so I could very easily go and build the report as I was doing it. Like, here's what I found, here's what I found, here's where things are going, and just bam, 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 bam. The second time through, I nailed it. I missed one privesk, which still haunts me. I wish I knew what it was, but whatever. And I went through and I had everything completed and the report done in the 24 hours. So, because the report basically wrote itself as I was going through it. So that's my two big tips there is one, scan small, but scan with purpose. And then two is make sure you've got the report kind of prepped ahead of time where you can just go fill in the blank. Bam, bam, bam. Get that all going. Real test, you know how you're fueled if you can smell Aquanet by hearing the name. Oh god, Aquanet. That's something I hadn't thought about in a long time. Let's see. Installation, key features, LangChain expression language, components, prompt templates. Let's see. Chat models. Let's see. I want to see like I do have some example code that I could go pull. Document loaders, text splitters, embedding models, vector stores, retrievers, indexing, tools, multimodal, callbacks, custom. I wanted to see if they had like any. Oh, why am I scrolling the long way? Let's see. Use cases. But you can smell it. Like it's not like a smell of something you forget. No, Aquanet is never a smell you forget, bro. Never. I don't know what was special about it, but damn, the smell just like lingered in your nostrils and then in your memory. I mean, smell is a very powerful mechanism, right? So like there are certain smells you will just never ever forget. Let's see. Let's see if anybody else has done this already. I'm sure they have. We can kind of see what they're doing and maybe kind of copy their homework. Let's see. LangChain and map. Nmap API. What is this guy doing? Let's see. This is Python 3.10, Debian Python Nmap, Flask framework. Okay. Interesting, but not what we need. I don't know why LangChain came up with that. Leak GPT. My attempt at making a GPT agent for pen testing. That's pretty cool. I need some, because I'm still not familiar enough with it to remember how to do some of these things. Let me go look this up. I need to get logged into my Notion notes. Okay. Let me see. Now there's that one. Dang it, I didn't get any of the example. That's what I did. That's all right. One sec, guys. I'm trying to pull up some data. I'm trying to pull up a code example from a project I worked on. Because I'm trying to remember what the various pieces are for LangChain. Let's see. So our general overview is we're going to define which language model we're going to use. We're going to create a template with placeholder text that we're going to inject into the template. We're going to create a tool, something for it to use. So we'll probably have to go create a tool for launching and running Nmap. We'll need to get what our base prompt is, which we'll probably do. Not sure. We'll see what we want to do for the base prompt. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a little bit of building here. Let's see. Did we run PyCharm yet? We did not. Let's get some PyCharm action going. Don't show this again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open Hack the Box. All right, I got to give it a second to configure itself. So one of the cool things PyCharm will do is it will go through and read the what's the project? The PyProject toml file, and it will start automatically configuring itself for the environment. So that's a really cool feature. You want to zoom events. Might be a bad idea to mess with the appearance while it's churning on the background. Zoom IDE tool. There you go. Hey, how readable is that? How's that look? Let's see. 175 is definitely readable. I think 150 looks okay. All right. How's 150 look? Does that look actually legible? No, it's not so much of a pain, frankly. It's just I haven't figured out how to get it to understand that this is the free version. I don't want the pro version 30-day trial. Let's see. I think that looks kind of legible. I can always blow it up to 170. Yeah, we'll just do 175 here. I know that one's going to be readable. Let's go ahead and let's make a new folder in here. New directory. We'll call this tools. Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a tool that the agent can actually learn how to do certain things with. So we're going to make an nmap tool. So what this should do is it should take in a couple of options in here, like maybe, I don't know how we're going to do this yet. We're going to have to fiddle around with it. But we're going to fiddle around, we're going to find out. We're going to see, like, maybe we can have it, depending on how the LLM does this, we might be able to just have it spit out like an entire list of things to nmap. We might just give it an IP address and have it run through a certain predefined list of steps, and then maybe correlate that information. Not quite sure how we want to do this just yet. Let's see. There you go. We'll go ahead and initialize this as a Git repository too, because then we'll be able to do some rollbacks and stuff. We'll have a little bit of version controlling in here. All right, so let's make a new directory in here. We're going to call this. Actually, I don't know if we want to make it. Do we want to make this its own directory? Yeah, we'll. Think about this. You know what? For now, we'll just leave it alone. We won't make a new directory. What we'll do is we're going to create a new Python file. This is going to be our _init.py, and it's just going to be blank.
Caution.
To do anything with
a
that.
virus has been detected.
Matty's tech virus detected in the network.
Messi, what's up? How you been? And then let's make a new Python file. Oh no! I didn't even get the raid alert. Hold on. Why didn't the raid alert fire? Did the raid alert fire and I just didn't hear it? The raid alert did fire. Man, my OBS gets to be a turd sometimes. It wasn't like I wasn't getting feedback on certain things, but damn it, that would have been really nice. What's up, Massey? What were you working on, dude? Yes, we did finish Gandalf with a little bit of help from a walkthrough. Hang on one sec, guys. All right, the SOC was giving me a status update that the APT has been contained. Yes. Hey, Link Steph. Yeah, man, we were, it fired and I didn't hear it. Damn it. Yeah, it's because my alerts are kind of bifurcated right now. Some of them play through StreamerBot, some of them play through Twitch. I need to go fix it. Next time we'll have a chance to say hi. Hi. I see a man, stupid ads. Talk about rough timing. Now I gotta go fix that now. Alright, let me go test if this is working now.
I'm back, baby.
Okay, that one worked. Awesome. So, hey, Linux Dev, yes, we did finish Gandalf. I had to get a hint on the level 8, and it was dumb. It was very anticlimactic to the series. Hey, Shadow, what's up, dude? Let's see here. Let's create a new... They think their birthdays are called 0 days? They're about to. What do I call this? Nmap.people. Don't ask again. Yes, just add it, for God's sakes. Man, I've been doing okay. Like, I hurt my back the other week, and then I've just been recovering since then. Hence the reason why you can see the chair here. I'm sitting down. Next time, hope not to waste it. Yeah, Massey, dude, thanks for coming in with the raid, though. You brought a whole crew in, man. Dude, what were you working on? I don't know if you could hear me because of the damn ads. I got you a massage, homie. Let's see. So I know for a fact we're gonna need to import those into here. So we'll get that going, and then maybe kind of it. Let's see what we're gonna have to do here. Well, for everybody who just came in, sorry, I know the raid was kind of jacked up there, at least on my side, because I didn't hear the raid alert. Thanks for coming in. So what we're doing is just tinkering with some AI stuff, and I would try and put some stuff that I have been learning in LangChain into action, actually on Hack the Box. So the way LangChain kind of works, it has actually multiple ways that it can. Let me pull this up in here. So what you can do is you can actually define something called an agent in here. The agent is going to have a couple of things defined with it, like what large language model you're going to use and what tools it has available. And then because of this, it can actually go and you can pass a prompt over to the agent here. The agent's going to process that. It's going to figure out by sending that data through the LLM. It's going to say, hey, these are the tools you've got available, and here's the scenario, and how do you want to do something? So one of the tools I kind of wanted to make in here that we could pass over to it is a tool to run Nmap. So one thing that's kind of neat about this is we can kind of provide it a scenario and then tell it, hey, this is your target. Go ahead and run an Nmap scan against it. And the agent will just say, okay, yeah, cool. I need to run an Nmap scan. I'm going to call the Nmap tool. And then it's going to kind of figure out how to scan it from there. The problem is I actually really suck as a developer. So this is a kind of an exercise on two fronts. One, trying to understand more of what the hell's going on with some of the AI stuff. Going through a little course on LangChain for part of my professional development, I actually learned a ton about how these LLMs are kind of functioning and where they kind of excel and where they really fall flat. So this will be interesting to see kind of what it does in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to define a main function real fast, and then define main. We'll just leave that alone for now, and then we'll do if name equals main. Then we're just going to, did I do this right? Let's say expecting. Define main, we'll pass for now. We'll just, because this is just going to be some very basic stuff. And then we're going to define our new things in here. So one thing we want to define is, let me think how I want to structure this. go grab something. Grab something. It's not gonna work. That's not right. What's that? One sec. So I'm gonna go grab his icebreaker. There we go. All right. So let me go grab this code. Because what we'll do is we'll use this. So this was actually code from an example that we did. So let me let's do. Put this in documents. So cd to documents. We'll do a git clone. But I think I actually need to do act b. I think maybe it's lowercase b. 3 outputs parsers. It would help if I spelled parsers correctly. There we go. So cd to icebreaker. There we go. And we're gonna, I think we can open PyCharm here maybe? Let's try. Oh, you know what? I think it opened up in a, damn it, it replaced our window. Shit. That was rude. Alright, hang on. That was not what I wanted to do. It closed my other code. I wanted to be able to compare the two. There we go. Oh, and it reset the appearance. That is very good. Oh, you're killing me. We reset this. There we go. All right. Now what I need to do is come back over here. Run PyCharm, and we gotta tell it to open it. Oh, it's Did it not open a second one? Oh wait, I already got this one open. I gotta go here. And open this in a new window. There we go. I don't care about Pippin. Alright. Yeah, so here's how we define this. We defined tools in here. Which in this case was like a Git profile. So let's get this cracking. Yeah, I tell you what, let's rename this. So this won't just be in map. Let's rename that. We'll just call this tools.py for now. And then what we'll do is we're going to have a tool in here. this one just like this. So this is going to be one of the tools in here. So one of the things we're going to do is we're actually going to define a little bit of metadata in here. And this string might look kind of weird if you're used to Python. What this does is actually provide a description of what this code is supposed to do, provides it over to the language model, and then it uses that as part of its decision-making process. So, for example, if we did... we take these out because I don't need them. So, for example, if we did define... let's see. Yeah, we'll just call it nmap. And we won't define any variables for it right now. Actually, we'll say, yeah, we're going to do a string input for... call this command. I think that's how we define that. Let me see. Oh, no, we give it the name and then the type. I got this backwards. We'll do command, and then it's going to return. It's going to be a type string. And then this should be returning, say, a string. I think I've got my syntax like completely screwed up. Yeah, it's fine. We'll take this out. We usually can define like how we're going to have this set up. Forget why it is. Python interpreter configured for the project statement has no effect. Oh, I don't have the Python interpreter. Let me look at something. Oh, you know why? Because I think we didn't. I think we activated the shell when we did this, which is dumb on my part. Let's see. So, for example, if we do Python right here, and we look at which one it is, Python 3, it's in user bin Kali, right? But if we come over here and we do poetry shell, that's not right. I mean, there's no shell command. Project bin. Drawing a blank. Damn it. I think it was poetry. Poetry run shell? Nope, that's not it. There we go. I had to remember what the hell to do with it. So now we're inside of poetry for this. So we're in like a subshell right now. Let me think about this now. So once we're in here, if I do which Python? See, we've got a couple in here. Instead of previously, right, when it... Here we go. So I did which Python 3, right? So it's pointing to it. It was pointing to the user bin. But now when I point to it, it's actually going to the virtual environment for the hack the bot in here. So that's all it's doing right now. So we're over there in it. It's so frustrating with Python. Yeah, it is, man. Dude, one of the weird things is all these AI and ML guys, they just freaking love Python. I mean, they just... I guess they're all about the Opus Dei self-flagellation from whatever his name's weird books were. Dan Brown? Was that it? The Da Vinci Code. And they just like hitting themselves in the back with whips. It's quick to get started. It is. But I would have thought that... I can't really... I mean, the only other language they might have maybe done this with is Java, and then thank God they didn't all start flocking to that. Or possibly over to, like, Ruby. And again, thank God they didn't go that way. Dude, my firm theory is that Dante did not actually get to finish, and he had to rush to publish the Inferno. And there was actually supposed to be a 10th layer of hell that was Python dependencies. That's my theory. So I thought about using UV, and I have, but for this project, if it ever goes way further, I thought about just sticking to poetry for simplicity, potentially down the line if this ever becomes something really fun. Leave it like is. I really enjoyed LangChain. Dude, I like the idea of it. I'm still trying to put some of the moving pieces together. So this is kind of what this project is. It's gonna help me merge these two areas together. I have a colleague that's also taking a course on doing a bunch of the AI and ML stuff, working on with LangChain too. And he and I were talking. He's like, "Hey man, how do you keep hacker brain in check? Because I see something, I'm like, oh, that's neat, and then I start going down the rabbit holes and stuff, and it's like I keep it in check very simply. I don't worry about the hacker stuff when I'm in learning mode. If I'm just trying to learn the technology, I'm just trying to learn it. I'm not trying to worry about the security implications or weird things I might be able to do stuff. When I'm in building mode, like we are now, then I'm going to start hacking on it. I'm going to start looking at like, hey, what can I do with this? Where can I take this into weird ass directions and stuff like that? So I make sure and I separate those in two different spaces, learning mode and then hacking and building. Oh, you're looking at Pydantic AI right now? Dude, I hear a lot of people do like Pydantic, but I don't know anything about it yet. Massey rated with 2 viewers. Thanks, Massey. Did it, I don't think the sound alert fired, did it? Hold on. Are the alerts not working again? No! Oh no, it's still working. Okay. Oh, use it with LangChain for structured outputs? Gotcha. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, this is going to be a lot more, at least in the beginning, there's going to be a lot less of the language model making decisions. We're going to prepare it for that for later on. And essentially what we'll do is we'll start paring back what it's going to be doing. We're going to make this a lot more deterministic in the beginning with just having the language model making a few choices like, hey, we're going to call this tool, we're going to do this, and then go through and run it. All right, Hectobot. So let's see. I think the easiest way to do this for IDMAP. Figure Python interpreter. Actually, hold on. Let me close this. I'm going to close out this copy of PyCharm here real fast. Go back over to one here. Oh, I got to kill both copies of PyCharm for close. Let's exit. Let me see here. So, because what I need to do is I actually need to do poetry run PyCharm. Let me see if this will work. Ah, damn it, it's not gonna do it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll drop into a shell. So we'll do poetry run ZSH again, drops us into the shell. Then we can use our PyCharm alias. And then I think PyCharm will actually pick up the Python environment now. Except it opened the wrong project. Open Hactobot in a new window. Use bin Python. Nope. Okay, so we'll just have to go configure a new interpreter. So we add a new interpreter. It's going to be a local interpreter. And one cool thing about PyCharm, and the reason I like it, is it will detect poetry in here. Let's see. Select existing. Generate new poetry. I think that's right. I don't know. Let me try something different here. So for our setup, let's go over to settings. And we're going to come down to project Hack the Bot, Python interpreter. I think we're going to add an interpreter here. No interpreter selected. Show all. And then here we can add one. There we go. So again, it's a local interpreter. To pip env. Nope, not pip. Poetry. All right, I think that will work. Let's see. Oh, cool. It did find it. Okay, so it found the Hack the Bot environment in here. Perfect. Oop, we'll add that. 5. Let's get back up. The sock has brought me water. Just in time, too, because I just finished my Jocko drink. Delicious orange. Not sponsored by Jocko yet. Do exclamation point music in the chat, Franklin, and it will link you to the music. Hydro Homies approves, yeah. She's great. She's always making sure I'm actually drinking water. It's funny because even my kids are... Say it's supposed to do like this. No? Okay. You know what? I don't care. We'll deal with it later. So let's see. Alright, so for in-map, all we really need to do is we wanted to kind of just return the arguments that come from this. Yeah, so the cool thing about the way, so that's, if you've ever seen Pirate Software, that's his game, and he made the library, like, completely open for streaming and for video, for, like, YouTube video background music. So that's really cool of him, but also he gives 100% of the money that the OST makes, if it's purchased through Steam, to the guy who actually wrote the music. Like, like, Pirate Software itself doesn't take a cut. It goes directly to the composer. I thought that was really cool, so I went and I bought the soundtrack, and then we use it here on the stream. I had tried to expand the background music, but every time it just, no matter, even it says DMCA free, it still just fucking gets flagged for DMCA. So I finally just gave up on it. Until I finally have something that makes me music, I'm just not going to deal with it. It's too much of a headache. Alright, so what we want to do is, we want to run an in-map. So I think it's os dot. I think it's exec. But which exec do we? I gotta remember how to. See, Python OS run. Oh, it's os.system. That's it. It's like, why does this look so familiar from what I'm used to? Let's do something a little bit different here. Let's do rather than calling this command, we're going to call this nmap args. So then we're going to say the command is going to equal, that's it, we'll do a format string here. We'll do nmap, and then we'll do nmap arg. I'm actually going to rename this. I'm going to call this an nmap scan. Now, there's actually one thing I just realized I forgot to do, and that is we need to add our flavor text to this. So what we're going to say is, how do we do this for Icebreaker? Searches LinkedIn for Twitter profile. Yeah, so, let's see. Scans. Scans hosts on a network. Yeah, let's do this. I want to kind of match this a little bit. Searches for LinkedIn or Twitter profile page. So we don't actually mention the thing. So, scans hosts on a network for open ports and surfaces. Let's see here. So we're just going to kind of configure the command here, and then we're just going to pass command over to this. And then we need to capture the response to this. Let's see. Executes sub shell, prints the output of the console. However, generally recommended to use the sub process module. Okay. You know, we can try it this way. That was not what I wanted. There we go. And then what we can do is just take this and does subprocess run actually need those split apart? Okay, so rather than importing OS, we need to import subprocess. Actually, I'm gonna split this up a bit here. There's this. And I'm gonna change this to args. This. So what is the format for? I gotta go see what's our Python subprocess. Alright, so args is an array. Now, what does args actually need to be? Let's see, so this is, what was this one? Subprocess. Oh wait, this is the subprocess here. So what pass it to? Let's see. Turn a list of command line arguments to reproduce the event. What I want to know is, can I just pass it a string? I mean, we can try it. One command. There we go. So we'll specify this is using it. Like using in-map. Find open ports, identify source. And you might be wondering why am I wordsmithing this so much, because this language actually is going to be put into it. And once we get to the point where we integrate another cool tool called LangSmith, you'll see this. And I just realized the ads are running, so nobody's. There you go. Hey, Cypher. What's up, brother? Happy Saturday. Let's see. I mean, I don't say none of y'all, but I know a lot of y'all. So. I wonder if LangChain actually has open router support. Let's see. Hello, nobody. I'm high. Hey, Dante. What's up, dude? Let's see. This is from 11 months ago. Let's see if this guy has an example of it. He talks about open router, API fallbacks. Let's see. So we can install LangChain and open. So thanks to OpenRouter implementing an API compatible with OpenAI, we can actually use the OpenAI class in LangChain to easily integrate into our language model application. Okay, cool. So we can use, we could either do one or two things. We could just straight up use Claude. We can either use Claude 3.5 Sonnet, or we could actually go through and use LangChain with this. I'm sorry, not LangChain, OpenRouter. If we go the OpenRouter route, though, we need to be able to tell it like which model we're actually using. Let's see. Okay, so we initialize it. We're going to tell it what model string to use. Okay. All right, so we'll inherit. Then we'll inherit the OpenAI class and implement our chat OpenAI router class. Okay. Cool. That's actually it. Now we should be able to use the new model and test an open source model. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty straightforward. So we could either pass the open API key, or we could do OS get environment open router API. All right, let me try something real fast. Let me go. All this one. Copy that. Hang on one sec, guys. I gotta hop into OPSEC mode to go check something real fast. And that's what I'll. Alright. Hang on one second. I need to save something real fast. Call this save this real quick. Okay. Should be saved. Oh, dang it. I don't want. Cool. So now, one thing that's cool about OpenRouter is in OpenRouter you can actually set a spending limit whenever you generate an API key. So, cool thing is if this API key accidentally gets leaked, then it's not a problem. It's only going to burn up like $1 worth of coins. All right, very sweet. Let's see here. Let's see if we can implement this. So all we need to do is install. We need to add LangChain. We install OpenAI from it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get those requirements set up. Here we are. All right. So we'll do poetry install LangChain. Then I believe it's he installed OpenAI. But I don't think that's actually the correct model we need. It is, or the correct library. One of the things we can look at here is we just look at the pip file. Yeah, it's LangChain OpenAI. That's what we need. So we want to install LangChain, and we also want to install LangChain back OpenAI. Is it add? What the hell's the command? Oh, it's add a dependency. Install would install the project dependencies. Yeah. Oops. My bad. All right. We want to add those two. Okay, so this is a weird error you might get if you're trying to install certain dependencies in here. And here's what it's basically saying. Current project supports Python ranges greater than 312. Greater than or equal to. It's just not compatible with some of the required packages when they go talk about it in here. Now, what's cool is they actually provide a particular solution in here, like how we might address this. It says for LangChain OpenAI, possible solution would be set the Python property in your Py project toml to less than 4 in here. So it's cool that they add that in here, but what the hell does that actually mean? If we come over to Hack the Bot, we look at the Py project toml. This is where it's actually currently listing the Python requirements. So what we can do is we can try adjusting this to make sure it has to be less than Python 4.0 for whenever that's going to come out. So all we have to do is just add that little bit of text in here. So we save that, and then we can try running the install again, or the adding the packages. Let's see, so he installs LangChain and then OpenAI, and then basically from chat models, chat OpenAI. But that doesn't come from chat models. That comes from something different. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. This would have come from. So we installed LangChain OpenAI. So now to use the model, he from LangChain core brings in a core prompt. Open router, so the prompt is set up here. Prompt to the LLM. Okay, so here's how we set up the so that's the the chat open router right here. I need to update my system, and it's complaining that I have to, but I don't want to. Which system, Oni? Okay. By the way, so there's something cool here. You can see it here. We'll get into it later a little bit. But essentially, they implemented something called the LangChain expression language, and it makes it really kind of easy to see like where data is flowing. So we define a prompt, right? We define a language model, and then we say, hey, our chain is then going to be passing the prompt to the language model. So it's just like if you're piping data on a Bash prompt, right? Or in a Windows prompt, you just take it and saying, hey, take this, pass it to this, pass it to this. You can actually make a pretty big long chain in here. Oh, Windows 11 laptop. Dude, I don't hate Windows 11 as much as I thought I would. It can get kind of annoying. Maybe it's that they did a really good job of like restricting it, some of the annoying parts on my work laptop. But honestly, I don't want to update my home computer to Windows 11. So it's going to be Windows 10 until Microsoft sees the errors of its ways. Oh, it's slowing down because you think it's waiting for the reboot? Gotcha. So I have a weird problem. So this computer I'm on right now, I think it quite literally gets bored to death. And you might be wondering, what the hell do I mean by that? So if I boot this computer up and I just let it idle, or if I'm doing stuff that's not actively using the GPU, after a while it just hard locks. It either hard locks, it does a complete reboot, and maybe about 15% of the time does a blue screen. It just, so probably about, I'd say, I'd say about 60% of the time, it just locks. It just freezes. Completely just hangs. And I have to hard cycle it. I'd say probably about 25% of the time, it does a hard power reset on its own. Like, it just crashes and then just starts back up. No blue screen. And about 15% of the time, I think I get a blue screen on there. So, or maybe about 10% of the time. It's such a beatdown. I have no idea. Now, you might be wondering, okay, what does that have to do with being bored to death? If I run a video game, so I've been playing Warhammer 40k Darktide lately. That's been my game of choice. I can leave that game up and just running. If I'm playing a game, it doesn't care, and it just runs. It doesn't give a damn. But if the computer isn't being run hard enough, that's when this happens. It is the weirdest issue. I'm fairly certain it's not a hardware issue per se. I think it's a power management issue, and it's trying to drop into some kind of power saving mode, and that's causing it to just screw up. I have no idea how to track it down. So what's the solution? I'm just going to install a crypto miner on it and just keep the thing awake. That's the only thing I can think of. Let's see. So our LM is Open Chat Router using Dolphin Mixtral. Computers can be funny sometimes. Computers can be straight up bastards sometimes. Let's see. I like where this guy's going with this. I think he's got a good idea. However, I want to see if there's any other solution to this. Because typically what happens is we'll have something like this. At least this is the way I was exposed to it. So here in this was an example from one of the courses I took. We actually just installed LangChain Open AI in here. And so if we come over to the Icebreaker Pi in here, from our imports, we installed Chat Open AI from here. So looking at his example, I was like, he's bringing Chat Open AI from the chat models. And so I don't know what the difference is between these. Okay, so then we'll inherit the Chat OpenAI class and implement our Open Router class. So is this saying, oh, I think I see what this is doing. So he's importing the model so he can get the base, the chat models. He's to get the Chat OpenAI in here. And then he's passing that over to our new class when it's instantiated, and then he's making a super class of it. So he's basically making a class overlay. Because then whenever it initializes, right, he's filling in some of the options here. So we have OpenAPI base string, all those get set up. Okay, I see what he's doing. So we would actually need to install LangChain community, I believe. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do poetry, add LangChain community. Let's see if we can't make that work. We'll do like a very basic example. So let's make a new I think we can actually do it right here. New Python file. What is it? New Python package. There we go. We're going to call this utils. And then this is kind of cool because it just kind of bootstraps it for us, right? And the initpy, I believe, is just blank. Doesn't really have anything. Same thing with ours. Doesn't have something in it. And then here in utils, what we'll do is we'll create the new Python file. We'll call this. We'll call this Open Router. Yeah, we'll do that. And then, so we're going to import, or say from LangChain community dot chat models We're going to import chat OpenAI. There we go. And then we can just copy his example here. Nice little example we've got. I like it. Bam. There we go. I think I'm pulling all the cables out of my desk to clean it tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of work. Dude, I had beautiful cable management for my desk here until I swapped it for a standing desk. And then when it's in standing mode, all the cables are too short. So now I have a rat's nest. I got a spaghetti waterfall back here. It used to be beautiful. Makes me feel so bad. I've been putting that, oh, got a new dock sitting there. Oh, yeah, man. Killer. Okay, so what we need to do is, I actually need to go define this in our .env file. So copy this. And then, I apologize, but we're going to have to go into OPSEC mode for me to set this. Stand by 1 second. That up. Okay. And then actually let me do one more. Save that. Awesome sauce. Okay. So I was modifying the env file, but I don't want you degenerates to see that because then you will go and drain my API key. Which suck. All right, cool. So once we've got this all set up here, we should just be able to go and import it. So it's optional. So guys, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll tell you what, everyone. I need to go run to the bathroom, and I need to go take care of something real quick. So I'm going to do a 3-minute ad break real fast, and then we'll be done with ads for the rest of the stream. That's going to take care of the last hour of everything. We'll be good. So go grab a drink, stretch your muscles out, get a good walk in, and then what we'll do is we'll keep hitting this again for like the last hour of the stream. So go do that. I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll be done for the rest of the night. So be right back. Damn it, Cypher, don't put that juju on me. All right, back. And Oni, I refuse to even acknowledge that question. It's typing. I think that's where we had to install the option. Oh, we also need to import. Let's do OS import. We'll do that and we'll just modify this a bit. There we go. What's up, hackers? What's up, MQ? Happy Saturday, man. Please don't hack me. Dude, I tell people all the time, like, I don't usually tell people what I do for a living. Not like it's really hard to figure out, but I just tell them I do IT consulting. That's what I tell them. And because of that question, don't hack me. And it's like, first off, you couldn't afford my hourly rate. Second off, I get paid upfront for the attempt. Wife always asks you that question when you run upstairs. Or when I don't answer. What's funny is I can see her doing that. Oh, MQ, happy Sunday then. Yes, it is Sunday for most folks now. I just say I work with computers. I don't even want to say that, because then they're like, can you help me with my printer? I'm like, why do you hate me? That's the only reason you ask for help with your printer. I hate printers so badly. Okay. So now we can use our model to test some open source models. So what models... Let me go check something real quick, because I got to figure out how this model definition works in here. Let's do... Okay, cool. So we can actually choose which models we do want to run from this. Nice. Okay, so can we run like 5.4? Good. Because one of my buddies was telling me he had some really interesting results with 5.4. So, which I really want to call it, what do I want to call it, like 54 now? Because that's what it sounds like. I just randomly got recommended here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't even know what cyber is. Not gonna lie. Dude, come on in and learn, man. If you got questions, feel free to ask. This is a total learning stream. Everybody who watches the stream knows that I have absolutely zero qualms about taking a hard right or a hard left turn into a new topic somebody's asking about. I really enjoy teaching and sharing of knowledge. It kind of like just runs in the family. I got a ton of teachers in my family. So even though I don't teach directly, actually I did. I taught martial arts for 4 years professionally. That was like my day job. So yeah, if you got questions about anything, like feel free to ask. I got no problem explaining stuff. Let's see. So it's got a 16K context, maxed output 16K. Let's deep in for. Let's see, providers. Interesting. We might go try and mess with this a little bit. Let's look at this. So 5.4 is designed to perform well in complex reasoning tasks and can operate efficiently in situations with limited memory or where quick responses are needed. It's a 14 billion parameter model. It was trained on a mix of high-quality synthetic data sets from curated websites and academic material, undergone careful improvement to follow instructions accurately and maintain strong safety safeguards, or safety standards. Works best with English. Okay. Cool. Yeah, well, maybe we could try messing with this one. So, I wonder if we could instantiate it like this. Let's see here. So, using our example here, so we define the LLM as chat open router, which is funny because he like completely glosses over how you get this stuff with the import, but that's fine. Ew, synthetic data sets. Oh, sorry, I misread that. That's A, synthetic data. All right. Let's see. Where's our main? Let's go ahead and set this guy up real quick. What do we do? Let's define our main function here. And what we'll do is we'll just do s. Do this, and then we'll do so if name is equal to main, then we're gonna call main. That's it. Okay. So this will be our quick bootstrap of everything. I'm gonna just put in a whole load of those just to get this going. All right, so let's do this. Let's define our. It's gonna be. Actually, let's go ahead and import that. So from utils, import. Open router? Oh yeah, I think I need to do this. From utils dot open router, import shoot, what do we call it? Open chat router. That's it. That's a good one. When are we going to get together again? Eventually I will make it back out to DHA. Let's see, it's the first Wednesday, right? Okay, so maybe February 5th, I'll be able to make it out. Actually, let's do something. Let's go we'll define our model as Microsoft 5. I think that's how it is. Yeah, so he defined it here just as model name, so we'll do LLM is going to equal chat open router, and we'll do model name. It'll be model. There we go. And then what we need is so he had the chat prompt template. I want to see what prompt I want to use here. We could just actually just make a prompt. We don't actually need to do that. Wife's blaming me for moving something that she moved. Dude, that's how it works, bro. Exactly how it works. Hashtag married life. No, typically what happens though is my wife tells me some piece of critical information and I don't bookmark it and then I forget she told me. And what's even worse is then she'll have like a really badass idea and she'll tell me and then I'll forget about it and then like 2 weeks later I'll be like, hey, I had a really great idea. And she's like, yeah, I told you about that 2 weeks ago. I was like, well, it was a really great idea. All right, cool. So now what we're gonna do is chat prompt. Let's see. So in this one, our prompt was this icebreaker example here was what it would do is it would search using an API called Tavily for a person, try to find their LinkedIn profile, go scrape their LinkedIn profile, and then it would generate like topics to talk to the person about. It's an icebreaker, right? Like, hey, here's the things that they're really interested in. Let's see. Here's our summary template. There you go. So we make this a prompt template. We have 2 input variables. Our template is here. And so see how we have certain pieces of information that are like placeholders in here? So we have, no, this was not a format string, right? We don't have an F up here. So these are actually in here in the text. So we have information, we have their Twitter posts, and then we've got actually just those 2 pieces of information and Twitter posts, and then we'll have different stuff about them. So they had their LinkedIn info and then their Twitter posts, and then the template is the name of it. So it's the summary template. So this is actually what we're going to do. We're going to do prompt template here. So where do we import that from? LangChain prompt template. So let's go grab that. And then let's go ahead and do our actually, I think rather than doing that, I think we might do the React template in here. What do you think about this? Yeah, for later on, I think we probably will want to do that. So let me go look at something real quick. So if we look in the icebreaker, here in our third parties, we've got tools here that just explain, hey, here's what we're going to go do and how we're going to go find the information. But we actually don't use, if you notice up here from the import, we don't actually use anything from LangChain. This is just an example of how to go get the information. So here, if we look at our LinkedIn lookup agent, this is actually where we're loading everything up. This is the missing function I told you that makes things a lot easier. Let's see. So from LangChain, chat OpenAI, we do a prompt template. Our template is template. So given the full name of the person, we're going to try and find the URL. This. I don't think we actually used. Dang it. Hang on. I forgot. Hitting that messed it up. Let's back up. There we go. And let me see if we actually have. Find in files do shift. Can I find it for us? Nope, it's not going to find it. Hang on. Navigate. Where's our find? So one of the downsides to doing this over this web remote interface is that some of the keyboard shortcuts get kind of janky. Let's see. Find in files. Yeah, for some reason the Control-Shift-F wasn't working. We have React in here. Yeah, we do. Great. Here we go. So here's an example of this. So this is in the Twitter lookup agent. So we do a React prompt. So we can actually look up what this is. And this is what I was talking about a couple of days ago. This is the React and the reason in action. So we can look at this. This is the basic prompt. Answer the following questions best you can. You have the following tools available. So we're going to inject a list of tools here. And they're going to use that flavor text that we put for the tools. And this is use the following format. Use the question, input question you must answer, thought. You should always think of what to do. The action to take should be one of the tool names up here. And then the input action, it's going to be the action to actually call. And then actually how to run it. and then the observation on the action. And it can do this like n times. It's actually a really cool prompt. This is surprisingly powerful. So yeah, I think we might use this approach. Yeah. Let's see. We want prompt templates, we want tools, we want LangChain agents. We're gonna need LangChain hub. So I think actually what we should do is, let's go create an in-map agent. So this is our Twitter agent. So what this was supposed to do is actually go look at things for Twitter. Let's think about how to build this out. Because really all I wanted to do is just do an in-map scan of the box. And then I'm trying to build up a framework, because then as we start going through... Oh, damn it, pulled the wrong window. Here we go. So as we start going through this hack the box, right, what we should do is be able to just supply it an IP address and have it start going through and looking at what it's doing. Virtual machine. All right, so here's our target IP address. What tool do you use to... I don't actually want to answer these. All right, what tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to issue commands by the command line, such as our VPN connection? It's one word. It's also the name of the location of the airport where the passengers transfer. Allow them to board their flight. What's it asking for? What tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to issue commands via the command line? Is it like... Oh, I guess it wants terminal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, what service do we use for our connection? OpenVPN. I'm just trying to get through these because I want to be able to see like where it actually walks us through this. We're going to see if we can make this AI agent where it can mostly give us like hints, ideas, or solve this problem. That's the ping command. Let's see. What's the name of the most common tool for finding open ports? Nmap. What service is on there? Telnet. What username is able to log into the target over Telnet with a blank password? Okay, we'll have to go sort that one out. We'll have to figure that part. That's actually where I want it to go. So the idea here is... there we go. So let's kind of brainstorm this a bit. So what we're going to have is we're going to have agents, right? And then we're also going to have tools. So one of our agents might just be, let's say like a recon agent, right? One that's going to go do reconnaissance of the entire area. And then we might have like an enumeration agent that's going to go through and it's going to say, okay, cool, we saw that during recon, we saw that there was an open port. We're going to enumerate that. And then maybe for tools, we've got something like an in-map tool that it can use. And then also there's going to be like maybe a brute force tool for brute forcing Telnet. Actually, let's just do that. Let's change this to, we'll make a Telnet brute force. Because that's how this one's going to work in here. So we'll be able to find in, like, can anybody log in without a user password? So now the kicker is you have a lot of branching options with all this. Reconnaissance can be a very fluid operation. Enumeration gets a little bit more straightforward once you've identified this stuff. But when you're in recon mode, you can go in lots of different directions. Enumeration is fairly like on the target once you're hitting it. Nmap, you can go in lots of different directions. And then, again, with brute forcing, you can go in lots of different directions in here. So one of the things we might be able to tell it is, hey, here's what you've got to reason with. So for Nmap, this actually might get broken up into different functions. So we might have tools for Nmap, but we might have tools for like, we might try and like solidify it a bit. So rather than just letting it go buck wild with Nmap, we might say, hey, there's like there's a small enumeration, like a small scan, and like a medium scan, and then a big scan. And then heck, there might even be like a fourth one over here that's like a service scan, right? What we can kind of think about this. So this Nmap tool might actually be split to like 4 different tools as we're going through it. And then same thing for Telnet. Telnet, largely, it's going to be like, really be like identify the version, see if there's a vulnerability associated with that version, and then try to brute force it. And if it comes back with, hey, there's a vulnerability associated with it, maybe we just tell it, hey, here's where you need to check. You need to see if you can maybe analyze this and have, and go use this exploit against it. About tell the point, not get to a long story. Yeah, right. And to Cypher's earlier query, no, we're going to try very hard not to turn this into like a 10-hour thing. So yeah, I think I actually am thinking about this wrong. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a new Python file. We're going to call this nmap. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to move the tools here. I could have just renamed this to nmap. Yeah, that's the simpler solution. Let's delete that. And then we'll just rename that to nmap. And let's see here. So we'll leave the nmap scan as it is. But then let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's define a couple of other options in here. Let's see. So we'll have a generic nmap scan, but then we're going to do like underscore, what do we say? Like small scan. Nmap scan small. We'll do that. And we'll preface this a bit. So we're going to say, really, this is just going to take the targets. And this should be actually, I think, an array of strings. Yeah, we'll make that an array. That's what we'll do. And then so targets, we'll bring this... Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. So targets, we'll have this come in. We're going to format this command a little bit differently here. Because remember, subprocess, this command in here, is actually supposed to be like a set of array items in here. So let's do this. Let's completely reformat this. What we'll do is we're going to make this an array. Taking it up. Okay, that's fine. Here's what we'll do. Take this, we'll do... so the first argument is going to be nmap, and then we're going to do en, because we don't care about... we don't care about doing, like, host discovery. Actually, heck, that's another one we could do in here. So we'll finish the small scan, but then we're going to do a host discovery scan, because we're going to want it to be able to say, hey, okay, I need to go find out who's alive in here. Now, for Hack the Box, we don't have to worry about that. We really do know what's alive in there. Ben, what is up, my nerd? So, dude, we're kind of bootstrapping a little bit of a...
Shut up, baby. I know it.
So what we're doing is we're going to build like a little LangChain program to start messing with Hack the Box. And so we'll start like doing basic stuff in here. So we're making an agent to do nmap scans for us. So it's going to have a couple of tools in here. So we're building out the tools first, and then we're going to go build an agent to actually handle the nmap scans. And then what we'll do is we'll probably have like a master agent that's going to handle divvying out the tasks to the sub-agents. Let's see. So our command for our nmap, and then we'll have it do the default ports. We won't have it do the service versions. I just type nmap and hit send. Yeah. It makes it so that you have to really think about like what it's doing. Yeah, no. So this is really just an excuse for me to learn LangChain. That's really what it is. Just wrapped up the MCRPT exam. That was fun. Which one is that for? I don't recognize it offhand. Microsoft Certified Red Team Professional? I had to guess. Probably guessed wrong. Oh, from Pwn Labs. Nice. Which one is that? Now you got me curious. It's MCR. Microsoft Cloud Attack and Defense Boot Camps. Oh, okay, so it's Microsoft Cloud Red Team Professional. I was close. Okay. Cool. Azure Red Teaming? Nice. Yeah, I've got some. I have an Azure and an AWS course in my professional development pipeline I'm going to be taking care of. It's not through Pwn Labs, it's through CloudReach. I had another coworker at my last job that went through it. He really liked it. I just started my master's, so all sorts were on hold for a bit, but I didn't get a chance to get back to take the CRTO before. Oh, bummer, man. Dude, that was a fun exam, dude. I basically turned on, what's the guy's name? Ben Lionel Scott, his motivational videos on YouTube, and I just had those playing, and I'm just hacking away. It was so fun. It was a lot of fun. And what's funny is, so there's, I think, 8 possible points you can get in the exam. I got 6 of them, and that's the passing score. So my wife was like, oh, that's so great. So we took a break, had dinner, we watched some TV, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and finish the exam. She's like, wait, I thought you already passed. I was like, oh, I passed, but I'm not done. I had to get all 8 flags. So it's kind of funny because you can see it like tick up, and then there's like big gaps in time where I had pre-planned breaks, and then there's a big gap where I went and spent time with the wife and had dinner and stuff, and then it's like bam, bam, bam after I finished the last ones. I was looking forward to it, but I couldn't dedicate enough time to give it a good faith effort, and I didn't want to half-ass it. I understand that, man. I prefer to use my whole ass whenever I can. Let's see. Anything else we want to do with the in-map? Let's just call this a port scan. Yeah. We'll do port scan small. There we go. And so and this will be uses in-map find common open ports for a list of IP addresses. Yeah, we'll tell it that, because I think this is really what we want. And then let's do one more in here. Let's have it do like just the top 100 ports. I think it's top TAC ports. Is that it? Gotta think. Piece of crap. Sudo apt install. Yes. That was me when I took the OSCP. I went and watched a show with my wife to take a break, but I couldn't stop thinking about the boxes, so I had to get back to it. Yeah. I understand, man. It is top TAC ports, okay. So we'll tell it top ports. I think we have to even do like a 100. So this might look kind of weird, but what I'm doing is I'm just structuring it a little bit funny. So nmap is the base command. pn is like a standalone argument, so I left this on one line. Top ports 100 is, again, like those two go together, so I put those on another line. And then I think the last thing we want is the targets.
Zachary, why are you linking me the NSE docs? Let's see. How do we want to do this thing? Because the targets have to come in. We're going to take an array of strings. That's what this says. So our target is an array of strings. This is basically just flavor text. So if we had multiple addresses coming in, so what we'd have is like we'd have an array here, and it'd be like 1.1.1.1, and then we'd have 2.2.2 like this. And so we need to then actually, I think we might even just be able to join those two arrays together. So we could have the command and then, because if I just throw targets into this, it's going to do that. Let's see. There's got to be a convenient way in map to, or not in map, in Python. Python merge arrays. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 through 20. You can just use the plus operator, really? Oh, snap. Okay, cool. So we could just merge those by doing a plus right there. Nice. Okay. So that makes it real easy. So we have our ports, top 100, no ping. In fact, let's go ahead and do something here real fast. We're going to no host discovery. Put this in here. Although that looks fugly. Let's do that. No host discovery. And we'll say scan top 100 ports. And then anything else we might want to do like on a small port scan? I don't think so. No, but then what we can do is we can then just do plus to targets. Right there. There we go. I'm going to put another comment in here. There is a way to specify the output format, and I forget what it is. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, it's like this. Bam, right there. Oh, that's where I was messing it up before when I was trying to do this. So it should be like this. The output format. Oh, that's a good idea, Lappin. There are libraries that will go through and parse the nmap output real easily. The question is, what's going to be the simplest format for... So we have 3 format options. We can do what's called the greppable output, which is going to be less than ideal for this. But there's the ON output, which is what Lappin was just talking about, which is just spit it out as text. Well, actually, so Lappin, in this case, we're not writing it to disk. OG can be handy. I've used it for some stuff, but I don't really want to. And so I don't think, actually, we don't need to specify the output format in here because we're not writing it to disk. So we're just going to have the raw nmap output coming back from this. That's what we're going to do. Now, one thing we could potentially do is here in tools, we could specify like an nmap output analyzer that just returns us like the interesting information, like what the open ports are, what the services that were discovered on it, and then maybe any associated scripting output. That would be one way to do this. I think for now, we're just going to say that it's going to return a string out here. I know this wasn't what you meant, Lappin, but you just reminded me. I meant to actually have this come back. This right here, having targets, and you see this like array string, and then this arrow with a string, this is really just flavor text, and it's designed to help you whenever you're taking this function and you're bringing it over to a different part of the IDE to help you understand what's supposed to come in here. You're supposed to have an array of strings, and it's supposed to return a single string output. That's it. So thank you for reminding me that. I meant to actually put that in there.
Same thing up here. This should be, it's going to take in a string and then return a string. Except this is completely not at the moment. Okay, so our command is, I think, all good here. So this will give us like a small scan. Oh, okay, so actually we need to go... That's our sub-process, so we need sub-process run. What I want to do is just get this standard output back. Capture output true, text true. Let's call this the scan. Scan is going to be sub-process run, and then once that's done, let's do result. It's going to equal scan dot standard out. Yeah, we'll do that. And then what we'll do also is, let me think about this. Let's do a print statement in here as well. So what we'll do is we'll do print, because what I want to do is like I want to capture some debug output to this. Yeah, let's do something here real quick. Let's do from OS import get env. Let's do this, and let's do some master defines up here. So we'll put in debug equals get env. I think it's debug. Is that how we do it? I'm trying to remember the syntax for that. Actually, hold on. I know where to see that. I gotta remember what the syntax for this is. He did it up here. Yeah, so you just pass in the key name. Yeah. Okay, key name now. So what we should have is, if we have debug equal to true, I think we cast this as a bool. There we go. So debug should be either true or false. So as much as I hate to do this to y'all again, I gotta hop back into OPSEC mode so I can go adjust this. Anytime I have to edit the env file, unfortunately I need to pop into OPSEC mode. Okay. I think I'm actually going to take this section and I'm going to comment it out real fast. We're just going to have the port scan small in here. Let's see. So we do top 100 ports. We'll do standard out. Okay. And we'll do if debug. We're going to do print. Yeah, what are we going to do for this? We'll do standard. We'll do in-map scan small. Put a little bit of flavor in here. Do this. We'll do. Actually, let's do it like this instead. So we'll make this a multi-line thing in here. And this might look a little bit odd, but it's because I want to format this a little. Line return here. And then what we'll do is we're going to do make this just a little pretty. So we're going to do our standard out. right here. And that's going to be... It's just going to be scan.std out. And then this right here. So we'll have all that spit out. And actually, I want to move this around. This here, and then we'll go, because I want to see the standard error first if we get any. So our standard error is going to be the same thing here. So we'll do scan.standard error. There we go. So if we get standard error output, we're going to get it. We'll see what comes back. Get standard. Actually, let's do. I just realized something. There might be something here. So if scan.standard error, then scan.standard error. Otherwise, I think that's right. I fucked this up. Damn it, I forgot how to do this. Let's do Python if then one line. Remember what the... Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it's the logical condition, question mark, and then it's the true, and then the false condition. Right here. Yeah, so I don't need the F there. Yeah, so logical condition. And then this should be colon. Is that not right? My TikTok is gone. Has it gone dark? Because I've seen a lot of people like switching over to Red Note, which is hilarious because the whole reason they want to shut down TikTok is because they're like, hey, it's owned by the Chinese, and then they're like, well, yeah, now everybody's going over to Red Note, and a bunch of people are starting to learn Mandarin just so they can communicate on Red Note. Cracks me up, man. Alright, let's see here. Why does it say scan is undefined here? I can pull this up quick. Sent me a picture showing me she couldn't use the app anymore. Oh, in-map goes down. Now chances are not in-map. Mine's on there. So chances are they're probably going to come up with some kind of solution to keep TikTok alive. Honestly. Find in page. And error. Alright, so the subprocess model. Recommended approach for invoking a subprocess is to use the run function, which is part of subprocess. So what is standard error supposed to take in this? Let's go see real quick. Capture output true. Let me just try something real quick. So we do. This is standard out done for the like default args here. Capture output. I want to know what this is here. What's it expecting to take for standard out? Standard out equals foo. Oh wait, that's... Damn it. see what. There we go. Oh, it's supposed to be a none and enter an IO. Okay, so I don't want to actually. Let's take that out. I guess we could just try this. So rather than this, we'll do result and error because I want to see. My concern is that it's going to crash the program if this error here isn't defined. Like if nothing comes back in standard error, are we just going to get a blank string or what? All right, I think that's fine though. There we go. So if we got a debug, we're going to do this print statement here. It's going to give us what we did for nmap scan small. We'll get the standard error first, which actually I got this backwards. That's error, that's result. But we're going to return result when this happens. Think about this. I think that would be good. I don't want to go until I test this one. I don't want to go make a new in here. Let me go grab something. Let's go over to our hack the box. Let's see if we can just run this function. Copy that. What we'll do is we just. What we're doing here? Okay. Let's just do a quick test of this. So we'll import, or say, yeah. So from tools, import. Let's save. Oh, from actually, that should have been tools.nmap. Import nmap scan small. And what we'll do is we'll just have it do nmap scan small and the list of targets, which should just be this guy right here. I think that should work. For some reason it's got a problem. It thinks that it sees in this one. Let's just see if we can run it. So something. Okay, so line 18, which is where we're at, didn't like that. Subprocess run had an issue. Expected a string, bytes, or OS path-like object, not a list. For OS path dir name executed. Let's see. I mean, we do have nmap installed now. I mean, surely we don't need to give it like the full path to it. Should have been in. Let's see if we can debug it. Okay, so we hit an error here. So what error didn't it like? Let's see. The BrainRat app is gone. I mean, really, I think really TikTok. I want to say that it was more of what you made it, just like any other social platform, right? So, for example, if you're on X and you start liking a bunch of stuff, it's going to start feeding you that stuff, right? So if you start liking a lot of dumb things, it's going to feed you a lot of dumb things. So you start liking a whole bunch of car stuff, it's going to feed you a bunch of car stuff. So I don't know if that was necessarily an issue, at least the brain rot part with TikTok, because I never really used TikTok, but that's really just an issue with any platform. You start kind of like self-forming your own bubble in them. I don't use it. I just see people dancing and shit all the time, especially in colleges. Yeah. I mean, and as much as I hate to break it to them, a lot of them, you're not dancing all that great. So I'm glad you're having fun, but just be real. Keep your day job. Oh, I think this is the problem here. Look at this. The K-Args. This was it. It turned out to be like a double argue here. I don't think it liked how we built this up here. Let's try doing something. Let's do. Let's try doing something real fast. Let's comment this out real quick. Let's just do a, let's debug this real quick. Do command equals lsla. And then let's start. Stop and read. See what happens. So we raised an exception here. What was the exception that got raised? Class file not found, no traceback. Man, don't tell me we actually need to go. We didn't like lsla, so what if we change this to an array? Because in theory, this should be the way it wants it right here. Now we got a different exception. Expected string based. Yeah, I think it didn't like that because I think the K-Args is here. So that's kind of weird that it. Oh god, I'm a freaking idiot. Guys, look at this. That's what's been causing this issue right here. Command was wrapped, and that's why it took that as that one. Okay, hang on. Run this again. Half the views are from brain rot, if not all. Yeah. Okay, cool. Actually, it did take it that time. Okay, so take this out. We'll uncomment this. We'll see if we can get a. That, and then that should be good right there. Okay, restart. Let's see what happens. So the console did not return any output. Well, because the debug is not set to. See, did we import OS? We didn't. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Import OS. Let's make a note here. These are temp imports right here, and let's do perm imports. So I want to see if I can do something real quick. Let's do os dot unset env. All right, at least, hey, dude, thanks for hopping in, man. Always appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I just noticed it's midnight. I want to see if I can get this thing running real fast, and we're not going till 1 a.m. again. I don't want to unset an ENV. I want to set an ENV. Python OS set environment. Oh, you just do OS environment. Okay. We'll do debug. That's gonna equal. Yeah, we just said. Oh, all right, so this is a quick dirty hack, so I don't have to go open the env file again. There we go. Hey, look, it actually did work. So we actually did get our in-map scan. All right, I'm gonna try something really dumb here. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in like one dot. I'm gonna change the IP address here to a bad IP address. So we should get a standard error. I'm gonna do just 1.1, right? So what if we put in a bad IP address? What are we getting? So at least we had the first tool working. 3 hours to make it. Hooray! That's weird. Hold the phone. I just told it 1.1 and it looked at 1001. Okay, 1.1.1.700, which is an obviously fake IP address, right? Thriller, we're not going to get anything back from that. I'm just trying to force a fault with nmap. Okay, so... Okay, cool. We did get a standard error, though. Failed to resolve this IP. All right, cool. So it is working. Cool. We have the first step of this. And then the next thing we'll do, starting tomorrow night, is we'll actually make the agent around this. So, actually, we can do one more thing real fast before we wrap up for tonight. So, since this code is working, we can actually just duplicate this down here. And we can just make small changes right here. So what we'll do is, instead of nmap scan small, we'll do nmap scan. We'll just do nmap scan, and what we'll do is we'll take out the top ports here. We'll let it scan the top 1,000 ports, which is the default. Let's do this. So this one, the scan one, small one, use nmap to find common open ports from the list. Let's do high probability. High probability open ports. This one will find common ports, the normal scan. And then let's duplicate this again. And what we'll do is we'll make a big scan. Do large. And so this is going to be...
Caution. A virus has been detected.
Salty
Salty,
D86
brother.
virus detected in the network.
Pack the salt. What's up, Salty? How you doing, man? I'm actually about to wrap up for the night, but I appreciate you, brother. Dude, I think last week I was actually wearing your Salty shirt on stream when I was doing this. Find a large number of open ports. Just got done playing Marauders. Hey, Marky, what's up, brother? Dude, I hadn't played Marauders. Actually, I hadn't even seen Marauders. What's that one? You know, I just realized I screwed this up. It should just be in that scan. And this one I need to adjust, actually. Is to be... Just realized I messed this up.
In that port scan. Yeah, here we go. God, why is this all over? Bring this back into alignment here, because this one would be 1,000. Space pirate game loot and shoot. Oh, nice. Those are my favorite, dude. Space pirate looty shooting. All right, so that one. So large is going to be like the top. Actually, instead of the top 1,000, we're going to do like the top 4,000. And then the last one is going to be huge. And this is going to be, instead of top ports, it's going to be scan all ports. E-tac. So it's going to be scan all ports. Find all ports. List of IP addresses. Okay. We'll make this huge. So we're going to do... We have a couple different ones in here. We have the small, we've got the normal scan. We got the large scan. And we probably need to go back and wordsmith these, because remember, this string is going to get used as input over to the language model. And then we're going to have to deal with how it's going to parse these and decide which scan to use. That'll actually be really interesting to see which one it actually picks out to use. But we can always also tell it in the prompt, like, hey, you want to prioritize high probability events versus low probability, which I don't know how we would change that, but it'll be some tweaking in here. All right, use the nmap to find all open ports for a list of IP addresses. That's the huge one. There's huge right there. TAC, scan all open ports. This one is going to be the top 4,000 open ports. And this one doesn't have it, because the default is for the top 1,000. And then this one's going to be scan the top one. Okay. Cool. I think that just about wraps it up. I think that's what we're going to call it for tonight. And then we'll start actually working on the agent to handle the nmap scans in a little bit. We'll probably actually need to make two. We'll have to make the router agent, which is going to handle divvying out tasks. And then we'll have to make the nmap agent that's actually going to go run these. So we'll kind of see. We'll have to play with it a little bit. Let's go check. Who is over on InfoSec streams? Anybody? Ooh, Tannis is on. Perfect. I fucking love Tannis. We'll go raid him. Because he is awesome. He is an absolute graybeard wizard when it comes to Linux. And I freaking love him. He's a great guy. He's got tons of cool stuff he's working on. I think he's also working on his PhD in cybersecurity too. So I'm pretty sure that was his PhD. So, all right, guys. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. So everyone, y'all have a fantastic Sunday coming up tomorrow. I'm going to go out to the cross-country track, and we're going to go rope it off for the kids. So they've got plenty of direction on where to go and don't go smash into trees. I hope you all have a fantastic night. We'll do a little bit more of the coding tomorrow. Today was a lot of figuring out where we want to go and how we want to do it. And we'll see about how we're going to bust this up a little bit more. The idea here was make a framework so we can expand on it. Don't smash any trees. I know, right? Dude, occasionally you got to smash a tree. You got to show it who's boss. Actually, there's some big-ass freaking beavers out there smashing the trees for us. I'll drop a picture of what I saw out there on Discord. It's nuts. So, all right, everyone, we're gonna go right over to Tannis. When you get in there, drop the yummy cookie emotes and the happy hackers. So, I want you all to remember one thing. I love you. Peace.